Please welcome Antanas Mockus.
Thank you very much. I'm in the city of the cities, and I feel very happy. Make unfamiliar the familiar. Things, this is Viktor Shklovsky, a Russian formalist in the 20s of last century. He thinks that all the things continuously get gray. So you have to find some way of giving back color, not necessarily the same color, but some color. Elaboration of forms, one of the ways to give back colors, obliged to stop by, to slow down perception. So you rediscover the old thing under a new light, or you discover a new thing under the old light. You are estranged. Gray is unsustainable. Some examples of what I call sub-art. Sometimes I say art-like. It's a kind of art without the pretensions of art. It's second-class art. Bulletproof jacket. The FARC group, terrorist group in Colombia, menaced about half of the mayors of Colombia. I had to put a bulletproof jacket, but I didn't wear it hidden under my shirt. I put it outside, and I cut a hole in the bulletproof jacket in form of heart. The American ambassador, a very clever woman, was touching me and saying, "Antanas, please protect yourself," with a metal plate under the hole. Of course, I didn't. We established a carrot law. To be carrot in Colombia is to be self-controlled. And people who do not drink too much are called carrot. It was a little bit despective. We made a shift, the right of the people to be carrot. And we got distributing carrots in a Carlos Vives big concert. The prediction of the managers was they will throw you in the face. All the team was distributing the carrots, and we were just saying, take one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Why, Mr. Mayor, have you suspended alcohol selling after 1 o'clock in the morning? For saving lives, one at a time. One at a time. We forbidden firework production and distribution because each year there were more than 200 people wounded by these artisanal fireworks. And I proposed them to sell a carrot kit, a syphilis, strange money, only for giving up, never for receiving. There were condoms. I asked the authorization of the church head in the city for distributing condoms. The instruction was inflate and make it explode. And Cardinal Rubiano was very well-oriented, saying me, the sin is not in the condom. The Supercívico was an idea of a media. I dressed up with a sort of Superman dress for cleaning some walls in the city. In the same days we were working on Carrot Law, we distributed, it was a commemoration of 10 years of a tragedy in Armero, a big slash of earth. And I was distributing whistles, one at a time, please, only one. If someone takes more than one, the waiter will make me a signal and I will suspend my speech. So chantaging people with my silence. We had no money at that stage for restoring strongly public space, sidewalks, for example. So we designed a public space kit with grass, about 50 by 40 centimeters of natural grass, 1 pound of cement, and an instrument, a sort of palette for working it, additives, inviting to a sort of fiction of repairing each person the public space close to his house. I worked around the corners of the city's house, and there are still small pieces of reparation. Obviously, nothing to do to the great sidewalks that were constructed later by Mayor Peñalosa. We invented a vaccine against intrafamiliar violence. 50,000 people got through a short process where they were asked who has hurted you the most in your life. I passed through 3 times. One, the psychiatrist asked who has aggressed you. A gallery director had played with me in some, well, it was not technically a violation, but almost. And I had forgotten that story, so I illustrated in cameras, in a non-prepared way, the memory of a very strong aggression. I never had told that story to nobody. So I began to shout, if you like men, search men, adults, but with children, not with children. A journalist wanted me to tell his name. He's passed away, so I didn't tell his name. I was elected 2 times, promising more taxes. The first time, laughing. The second time, there was a strong economical crisis. I was arguing, but the council didn't want to approve new taxes. So we put in the formulary a new space saying to people, if you want to pay 10% more real estate tax or car tax, go ahead. 63,000, only 2% of the cities, but 2%. And I imagined 500 or 1,000 of people getting to the mayor's office or to the council house asking more taxes. I would, so the councilmen wisely approved new taxes. We also used a Mexican group, mariachis. We went with the mariachis to the place where people pay taxes, and we changed the song. I'm still the king, is the letter normal. We put the contributor is the king. And where the song says, llorar, llorar y llorar, to cry, cry and cry, we said, pay, pay and pay. There were media sometimes got very good products with this primary material. There was taxi drivers' defiance, I will get back, water, mimes regulating car and pedestrian traffic, cross-like stars on roads where pedestrians were killed. Okay, so why you can take from arts some kind of logic or some kind of approach to help to change a city? Well, one is the Shklovsky idea. You make unfamiliar the familiar. You normally do not see the zebra. Even many of the zebras were not painted, so literally there was no zebra. When we began to work with the mimes, the mimes was for protecting the pedestrian path and the red light. The red lights were there, but the zebras had to be drawn. In the first meeting with journalists around the mime story, the first question of the journalist was, would the mime put fines? I said, of course not. He said, it will not work. And it worked. People could mock me very easily, saying, and someone of them treated the mimes. Even in the last presidential campaign, the President Uribe was saying, there are people who think that with mimes and flowers can stop Colombian terrorism. Well, I'm not so naive. But flowers can help a lot.